have not even tasted or smelled this half bourbon yet.
So this beer, this bourbon we're not talking about yet is it's 3 years old, 119 proof.
3.
Yeah, the one we're not talking about.
It was aged for 3 years.
All right. We'll
And
talk
it's not
about
a new one either.
All right, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we've already had this bourbon.
All right. And we were just going to have our listeners just wait so impatiently to find out what it is.
Bourbon are they drinking those sons of
God,
bitches? Just
I want to know.
It's kind of brown.
Does it start with the B?
It's brown.
Does it start with the B?
Oh, I know which one it is.
It's bourbon.
Brown.
It comes in a glass bottle.
Oh, I know this one.
It's not plastic with the screw cap.
That would be Kentucky Deluxe
Kentucky Gentleman.
or Old Crow.
All right. Well, it is the first week of November 2023.
It is.
Dudes like us, I'm Sean.
I am Paul.
And I am Jeff.
We are skipping down that highway of sobriety.
One of the things...
What?
Sobriety.
I just crashed.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Dude, speaking of crashed, big old.
Did you crash?
No, there was a story out there. I just all of a sudden my mind kind of like changed gears. Somebody robbed somebody or stole something, and they were somewhere where there was a forklift involved.
Oh, I saw that.
The
It was
forklift.
a slow speed chase, is what I read.
Oh,
but I
come on.
never saw it. They called it a slow speed chase of a person on a forklift that had stolen the forklift?
No, they stole the car.
They stole the car, and the forklift got them and elevated the car to a point where they couldn't get out.
It's like 20 feet in the air.
Okay, I must have. I don't know what this is then.
Yeah. I saw
It
a
was
picture
interesting.
of the car.
It was way up in the air, and then the cops show up, and then it's all it's coming down to the ground. It takes like 5 minutes.
I'm sorry, even at 20 feet, you could dangle from the thing and drop.
Hell no. That would hurt.
These dumbass woke
Or get
individuals
arrested.
that are doing that. Whatever. It's a sign of the times, and I think. Hold on. Here we go. It's the police chase woman driving. No, this is a different one.
Yeah, this is a slow speed chase of somebody who stole a forklift.
Yeah, this is
All
different.
right. Well, this is a different one. When was this story?
Oh, she's attractive.
So there was a.
What? That's the ugliest forklift robber I've ever
She
seen.
looked like a fucking leather sandal, didn't she?
What the hell?
Yeah,
Obviously, she was a
quite weathered.
druggie, or what?
I don't know. She was
my God.
very weathered.
What are you saying? She uses drugs just because she did that?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's looked all
That is
weathered.
so
and-
druggist.
It is I'm a druggist. I totally am. Yeah.
It's amazing. You know what's amazing? Amazing
What's
is
that?
technology.
Yes.
Technology is amazing. It's amazing how they can steer into the stars.
This is your segue. We
they-
really need to work on our segues.
All right. Well, you know,
My segue in the last segment was
There it
awful.
is.
there
Okay,
it is.
hold on. What do we got here?
All right, so
we're
someone was
watching a
trying to
video.
steal a car, and some dude comes along and is,
Okay, that is not even close to 20 feet off.
Well, that's what the
ground.
headline said. This is a different one, though. This is a different picture that I saw, anyway.
yeah. It didn't matter. Let's move on, Mr. Producer. If you could please pull up something about the United States or not necessarily is it NASA.
Yeah.
NASA launched a satellite.
So I brought this one.
Not a satellite, but a rocket.
Yeah, so I brought this up because I was like just freaking out about how amazing it is that we can even pull this off. So this is very recent in terms of when it returned. But basically, NASA launched a rocket.
What year did they launch it?
Hey, we need to look. I thought it was like 4 years ago.
So it took 4 years to go 7 billion miles.
Something like that. I wish I knew the,
Calculate the speed.
we always like, say crazy shit up here without really knowing the facts. But it was, so they launched a rocket. It had a probe on it that was to intercept an asteroid. They landed on the asteroid.
This is not it.
Yeah, no. They landed on the asteroid. They kicked up dust and rocks, which they had like a canister that was collecting what landed in the little canister from kicking up all that stuff. Then it blasted off from the asteroid. And then it made its journey back to the Earth, and then it landed on Earth in the desert. And they went and got it, and they are now analyzing they're analyzing, what they collected.
They're going to look at it and go, it's just dog hair and dust.
No,
Like from a vacuum.
it actually is carbon and water molecules.
So it's ice.
And they're saying they're kind of, and I'm sure they're going apeshit crazy, right? Coming up with all these
this
theories.
happened last month.
Last month. Yeah, this
Well,
is very recent.
Yeah. So this is September 24th, 2023. NASA put out, they're saying NASA's first asteroid sample has landed. It's now secure in a clean room after years of anticipation and hard work by NASA's OSIRIS program. Blah, 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 blah. They show the little thing. It looks like a backyard log, little fire pits. If there's a little
really?
picture here. The sample returns back to NASA, lands in the middle of a desert somewhere, September 24, 2023. After years of anticipation, the NASA's hard work, it comes down at 8:52 in the morning, Sunday. Within an hour and a half, a capsule was transported to helicopter to a temporary clean room, getting a sample under a nitrogen purge.
Crazy. I mean, you can imagine, like, they're all in, like, suits, like, white suits. Like they're performing brain surgery. I mean, they're all like
Why do
super
they have to
intense
clean
about
it? Do you think?
Why they have to clean it?
Well, the nitrogen bath and.
Well, because they want to analyze the sample without it being contaminated by.
I guess the
Anything.
nitrogen is going to asphyxiate or not. It's going to inhibit the.
In case there's any alien
bacteria
bacteria
growth.
and shit.
Well, it stunts growth, I guess. You would say. I don't think that's correct, though. Nitrogen.
Well, I think
stimulates grass
what
growth.
was rampant on the asteroid was COVID. So they wanted to make sure that strand.
They had a meat market.
They had they had bats.
They had bats hanging out
that asteroid is covered in bats. And they
and
wanted
wombats.
To make sure, yes, and they wanted to make sure that they can get that.
All right, successfully delivering samples from Bennu to Earth is a triumph. Bennu, I guess, is the name of the asteroid it landed on.
Yes.
To Earth is a triumph of collaborative ingenuity, and it's a testament to what we can accomplish when we unite a common purpose. But let's not forget, blah blah blah.
It has bush meat.
Traveling billions of miles to the Bennu.
Billions.
And back.
Yes. Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, how fast was it? That's what I was asking. I was like, how fast is that going to go? However many, 3 billion miles.
The spacecraft was 63,000 miles from Earth's surface at the time, about 1/3 the distance from the Earth to the Moon, traveling at 27,650 miles per hour.
No. So it would still take an incredible amount of time to go billions of miles.
It doesn't tell you when it was launched? It was launched like 4 years ago.
It would take like 100 years at 27,000 miles an hour.
No, we have an ion warp
pulse
drive. Pulse drive. I don't know. I was super impressed.
I don't know if it could go billions of miles.
That's what they just said.
Yeah.
Why you
But he also said
article?
that it was at 67,000 miles away from Earth.
No. No, the asteroid was way farther away from that.
So it was 20. It was
You're not
just
reading
under
the article very well.
I know.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't think he's comprehending it, or you guys aren't comprehending it. I have read exactly what it says. So traveling at 27,650 miles per hour. What is so hard to understand that? What the fuck, man? The capsule pierced the atmosphere. That's when it came back.
Yes. Yes, when it came back. But it traveled billions of miles. Anyway, you guys are missing the point.
Yeah.
The technology is incredible. It's like Armageddon. The movie Armageddon. When they went up there and they landed on the comet and they blew it into chunks and they tried to, keep it from hitting the Earth. Were they successful? Yeah, I guess they were.
Well, they were able to split the Earth. Bruce, what's his name?
I think I'm mixing up.
Bruce Willis died.
No, he didn't.
No, I don't think he died.
No, he was on the asteroid when it blew up.
So did Bear. Bear died.
No, that was for different,
He fell into a hole or something like that, didn't he?
We are idiots. And here I am mixing up Deep Impact and Armageddon.
Whoa.
Because Deep Impact...
Bear was also in Green
about your
Mile.
pillow?
So he died in
Stop
Green
it.
Mile as well.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
And then he died in real life.
Yes, he did. Bear is dead.
Yeah, that's sad.
I can't remember the guy's name, but Bear.
So there's a lot of interesting stuff. So is Stephen not Stephen
Stephen Hawking?
Stephen, not that guy. The guy that writes the mystery, the horror shows.
Stephen King.
Yeah, Stephen King wrote a book, I believe, called Scoop or something. The premise of the book was where they shoot an asteroid out into the outer atmosphere, and it scoops up asteroid dust, and then it lands back into the Earth.
rocket. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember. But anyways, it had picked up some sort of alien bacteria, and it grew into something. And there's some sort of interesting name. I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's actually the name of my brother's ex-girlfriend. I'm gonna have to look this up real quick.
I wish he wasn't like a liberal jerk.
I've read several of his books.
Yeah, I read a couple too.
I read It, which was really good. That was the very first book. When I was in college when I started sitting down and actually reading a book.
Right.
And I picked It, which is like 1,200 pages.
Yeah, it's a
ridiculous
big
amount
book.
book. It was really good. And then I read The Stand, which was even bigger.
Yeah, that one was okay. I read that one. I didn't get through the whole thing.
Yeah, I read that. It took me forever, right? Because I was brand new to reading books. I didn't read any books up until I got to college, outside of school books.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't read for leisure. Right.
Yeah, it's not typical.
Right. So when I read It, that was my start. Now I read books all the fucking time.
Do you really? Still?
Oh, yeah. Still. Yeah,
oh,
on
good
my
for
book-
you.
on my-
Oh, that's so good for your brain. It really is. So
Yeah.
the best book I ever read from Stephen King was actually not a horror book. It was a fantasy book called The Eye of the Dragon or Eye of something.
I read The Talisman as well. Eye of the Dragon.
Yeah, it was like a fantasy book. I don't know if I can't see it on there, but anyway, yeah, he's got a
I've read
shitload of books,
Salem's
doesn't he?
Lot as well.
Maybe it was Michael Crichton. I'm starting to think about it.
Michael Crichton. I read a bunch of his books as well. He did Jurassic Park. He's the one who wrote Jurassic Park.
That's it. It was Michael Crichton. It was Andromeda.
The Andromeda Strain.
Yeah.
Oh, I was right. The Eyes of the Dragon. There you go.
Yeah, the Andromeda Strain was interesting. So basically, it's the same premise that they
They made a
launched,
movie out of that.
They did. There are so many movies that came out with the same premise. There was did Michael Crichton come up with a book? Oh, The Sphere. Did you guys see that?
I did see that.
So he had a book too. I don't forget what
read
the
the
author
book.
was. Was it Michael Crichton as well?
Yes,
The
I
Sphere?
believe so.
So I actually read that one. The book was far better than the movie.
Oh,
I mean,
usually is, yeah.
It's just.
I need to start reading books again. I miss that. I used to read books all the time.
It is very tantalizing when you imagine a ship going out into the abyss, whatever. It doesn't matter, out in the middle of nowhere, and its job is to robotically pick up shit and bring it back to Earth. And that's kind of what they didn't bring it back to Earth, but they sent somebody out there to go check on the ship because they were like, we haven't seen the ship. We don't know what the fuck is that. That's the Sphere.
Oh, was that Event Horizon?
Oh, that movie was
I don't remember that one, but the Sphere was different.
Ooh.
Actually,
That was a horror movie, right?
horror.
But the Sphere was just
for
like
sure.
it was the whole thing was a horror movie, and you had what was that black actor's name? The one that says "motherfucker" all the time.
Samuel L.
Samuel
Jackson.
Yeah, I think he was in that movie. He was
That's
the
so
doctor.
funny. You and I both said the same thing, Samuel Jackson.
Well,
Yeah, but have you seen Event Horizon?
Yes.
I do. I just don't
Holy
remember.
cow! That is a scary ass movie, man.
I read The Congo as well.
It was a scary movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Look, man. It's
haunted,
the
though.
unknown. It's the unknown shit that's out there. We don't know. I mean, there are things out there that make people zombified. There's all kinds of shit out there. We don't know.
We don't.
There are
Bourbons.
bacteria that currently exist. There's a bacteria that currently exists that will occupy a cadaver. Not a human cadaver necessarily, but they will occupy an animal and
make it come to life.
function.
It's actually a fungus.
What?
Thank you, Jeff, for clarifying that.
It's a fungus, and it
This for
takes
real?
over. Yes,
Yeah.
there's actually a video out there
It
of
attaches to the nervous system.
a cockroach or a beetle that has been completely carved out, and they said the fungus is making it walk.
Oh my!
Like
God.
all its insides were gone, but its brain or whatever was still there.
It was basically using it as a vehicle.
Yes.
And moving its legs.
It was walking, yes.
Oh, how
Isn't
creepy.
that amazing?
Yeah.
That's super creepy.
Yeah. I've seen that video a couple times. It is kind of creepy because the beetle is hollowed out.
Wow. I wonder if they can do that to humans.
Well,
I'm assuming.
well, the video game Last of Us,
Not the Democrats will.
the video game at Last of Us, they made the TV show out of it. It's a fungus.
The Last of Us?
Yeah.
Dylan said that show's great.
It's pretty good. It gets a little woke unnecessarily.
Does it?
Yes, unnecessarily.
They all become gay.
Well,
What,
there's
there's frogs?
no. There's like one episode that really doesn't have anything to do with the show, the progression of the show. It's about two gay guys living together in the apocalypse, right?
That's crazy.
And that's it. It doesn't.
That's the
Yeah.
They got to include everything. You know, I kind of
Ugh.
I
doesn't
kind of
really-
get
doesn't really-
frustrated with that because it's on every show, and I know we talked
every
about it. Man.
single
It's
show
like
has a gay
It doesn't.
relationship.
I mean, I
Every
don't
single
care, but it's just like now there's got to be two. Now
I mean-
It's
there's
unnecessary.
It was well done. It was powerful and emotional, but it was still two dudes. You see them in bed and stuff like that, and you're just like,
Are they touching each other?
it was a love story, is what it was. But it was two guys, and it's hard to relate with that,
Right.
right? But at the same time, I understood the emotion to a degree. Anyway,
Mm.
yeah, the Last of Us, it's a fungus.
It doesn't appeal to everybody when you start adding that stuff in there. Because look,
It's just so unnecessary.
anytime I have to raise my hand, people call me a homophobe for this, but you know what? When stuff is happening on the TV that I don't want to see,
Right.
instead of looking away, I'll just raise my hand up and kind of block the vision.
I do the
so
same
I don't
thing.
have to see it. And it's just like, why? When are they going to learn? It's kind of like the Kennedy bitch from Disney, you know. And I think it's hilarious where South Park has a
Have you
show.
seen that yet?
Which
I haven't watched it yet. The Panderverse.
Well, I saw parts of it which were freaking hilarious. Where Cartman is Kennedy. What's her name? Samantha Kennedy or
Kathleen Kennedy.
Kathleen Kennedy, and she's sitting at a big executive table, and everyone's talking about something. He's like, "Skew it, put a dick on her, make him gay." You know, stick a dick in his ass and make him gay. You know, just talking about Cinderella, put a dick in his ass, make him gay. And it's like everything is the same thing.
Right.
Yep.
You know,
they're
it's
pandering is what it
the
is.
thing is, it's backfiring. I mean, they have this is it Cinderella? No, it's Snow White
Snow
and the Seven
White.
Dum-Dums. You know, just like
Are you talking about South Park?
No,
no,
Disney.
Disney
is-
pulled the plug on
Oh, they
on
did.
Snow White.
They are really struggling right now.
Yeah, because the actress torpedoed the whole thing.
Well, it's not just that is the latest one, and they pushed that back to 2025 to basically rework the entire movie.
Yeah, because she was dogging the original and saying, back then,
Yes.
we-
Well, not just that, but the dwarves were a multiracial gender group.
Stop.
That's what it was.
See, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The Seven Dwarfs didn't have sexual connotation.
No.
You know,
They were a different race.
they're just Snow White and the
They're
Seven Dwarfs.
they're a mythical creature. is
Yeah,
what
they're
it
a
is.
different race.
Yeah.
A mythical race. That's right.
Yeah, so now they've come out, and
Hi,
you
ho.
see the top right there? That's the latest where they say, well, this is what they're going to look like now. Now they've been replaced by
Bunch of white people.
bunch of computer-generated dwarfs
Yeah, they're not even supposed to be that tall.
because they got so much shit.
So they're backpedaling now.
Well, they're redoing the whole movie just about.
Well, yeah, because everybody was
They said they've already sunk in $300 million.
when I don't understand.
There's this down here. See all those guys walking down on the bottom? It's
Yes.
a video, right?
Politically correct companions.
Yes. Yeah, so that's what they originally were, right?
The picture won't populate yet. Well,
Oh, I don't
Whatever.
Get it. I don't get it.
oh yeah, the death, Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry. That was a big one.
There it is. Look at that.
Those are the dwarves,
Those
huh?
are the dwarves.
That is absurd. They don't even look like dwarves. I mean,
Looks like
that guy's
hippie.
missing an arm. He can't mine without an arm.
I don't know.
when is Disney going to get it? I mean, they're losing money.
I mean,
Investors,
They have $300 million they could just like throw out.
I know, but investors are losing money. So,
Well, there's a guy, I can't remember his name, but he is trying to get on the
Buddy
board.
Epson?
It was Buddy Epson from Beverly Hillbillies. No, he owns a big chunk of Disney stock, and he's trying to get on the board.
Yes.
So he can affect change, and he just had a person join him and says, "You have my proxy." He is the guy who sold Marvel to Disney.
Okay.
So he got a shit ton of shares plus a bunch of money when he sold Marvel to Disney.
Okay.
So, and then...
Is he trying to change it for the better?
Well, and then... Yes, he's trying to change it back to the better, get Bob Iger under control.
Yeah, because they're losing money.
Right. So Bob Iger eventually chased this Marvel guy out. He's like, all right, I'm not with Disney anymore. Sir, you have proxy for all of my stocks plus yours. So he owns, between the two of them, like 30% of the stocks.
Love it.
So he has enough to say, all right, I need 1, maybe 2 seats on the board now.
Love it.
So,
I mean, I just don't understand. I mean, it's a business. At the end of the day, it is a business. It's an entertainment business. If you are losing money and you're alienating your audience, why aren't people being fired? Why aren't they changing course? What is happening to Disney?
well, big
they
thing is
don't mind firing Gina Carano, over.
Well, big thing is these movies that are in production now started 4 years ago.
Right.
So if you're changing course now, those movies aren't coming out for another 4 years.
Right. That's a good point.
Right. So these movies are like we're right in the thick of all the bullshit.
Right.
And they're having to redo the Snow White, and they've already spent over $300 million on it.
This is ludicrous. It's ludicrous. I just don't even understand how this is happening. How they have the money to just throw away like that?
Because the parks have done so well. The parks are funding the movie division of Disney right now.
And yet they went through COVID where they lost billions.
Correct. But when the parks opened,
They were able to write
they
a lot
were
of that off.
packed. Because everyone's like, I need to get out of the house. I'm going on vacation. I'm going to Disney.
Okay.
So for like 2.5 years, the park has been packed. And they've raised their prices. Everything's been up. So it's even more expensive now to go.
Right.
So they're making billions and billions
So
just off of the parks.
Completely lucrative.
The parks were. And that's what was funding all the losses on the movies.
Unbelievable.
So now the park admission is way down.
Good.
So they don't have that
Is it
cash
because
cow.
it's a backlash?
Now it's like, all
Probably
right,
economics.
it's economics. He's like, you keep raising these prices. It's too expensive now. I'm not going.
And inflation.
Yeah.
And all.
The people who wanted to go have already gone.
Right.
Right. So now you got the diehards that are just going at this point, and
The people that invested like they're almost like timeshare people.
right, and the hardcore Disney folks. But the folks like me, my wife, we went down for our anniversary. We're not doing that again because the prices have even gone up.
Right.
Right. So we were one and done. We're not going again.
I've never been to Disneyland.
I've been to Disney World.
It's a good experience.
Disneyland, Disney World. I guess
Don't go to Disneyland. Go to Disney World.
California.
Yeah, don't go to the California one. It's very small, right in the middle of the city of Anaheim. I wouldn't recommend it. I go to Disney World. If you're going to hit one, go to Disney World.
No, I wouldn't go at all.
Well, they got Universal Studios that's supposed to be popping up here in North Dallas.
Yeah.
But it's for little kids.
I'm still going to go. Just
Really?
check it out. Yeah.
Huh.
Just check it out.
Are we going to sing? Hold hands.
We can. We can skip.
Well,
that's Disney.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
a
what?
Disney. Right.
Oh.
It's a small world after all.
Well, what's the Universal Studios jingle?
They do the Minions and Nintendo.
How about the Pirates of Caribbean?
That's Disney.
Son of a
Damn it! So we don't know any jingles for
I
this
think
part
Jaws
that
is
they're
in
going to.
Universal Studios.
Jaws is. Right. So,
It's not quite the same, is it?
But Universal is building a new park down in Florida that's going to
gay.
blow Disney World away.
This bourbon is good, by the way.
Yeah, I haven't even tried it really.
Yeah, you
Really?
Really.
Really?
What shall we discuss?
I'm drunk.
It actually has a
Ooh.
good smell.
Ooh, that's wonderful.
So what bourbon are we drinking today, Jeff?
This is the Grayson. It's from Texas, of all places.
I tell you what, the music is clutch.
The music is great.
It's just like, and our bourbon. It's like, all right, I'm digging this bourbon, man.
Nice.
Wish I had that when I woke up in the morning. You know, I had that music playing. I get out of bed with a little kick in my step.
Right.
All right, what is it? It's Grayson.
So
We've had it
this is-
before.
Yes.
And it's excellent.
Yeah, we bought this from Specs, I remember. Sean, you bought this one, if you remember. And this is from Texas.
From Grayson County.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to read.
Is it from the Balcones Distilling area?
I don't think
That's
so.
what it says.
It says Colleyville.
No.
No, it says it uses Iron Root Republic Distilling, Balcones Distilling,
Oh, so it uses
and Lone Elm Wheat Whiskey.
So it uses. Oh, look at that! It's a blend.
It's a blend.
There's a strong oak
Yeah.
character on the nose and palate with a more pronounced cinnamon spice. There's a heaviness reminiscent of dark maple syrup. Like I could pick that up.
Yeah, I do too.
That gives this whiskey a thick mouthfeel.
Ooh,
There's a hearty oak flavor.
it fills it up.
There's a hearty oak flavor from this batch, giving it more of an older whiskey vibe.
Stop.
Say it again.
Stop it.
What's my name?
Ooh, this has Mexican vanilla extract.
Oh, does it
Does that
really?
mean Kahlua? So Grayson, a Texas blended bourbon, is a blend of 100% straight Texas whiskey. The 2023 blend combines pot still bourbons from both Iron Root Republic and Balcones, as well as wheat whiskey from Long Elm and Column still bourbon from the fine folks at Treaty Oak Distilling. The final product is a beautifully layered homage to all the reasons we love whiskey.
This is really, really good.
It is. I'd pick this up again.
Yeah.
So the nose, raisins, barrel-aged maple syrup, beignet flavored coffee grounds.
Beignet.
Uh,
Oh, it's fantastic. It's beignet.
jalapeno jelly and a hint of inside
Okay, now you're back to Texas.
Jalapenos.
and a hint of the
And some
inside
free
of
jollies.
new cowboy boots.
Jalapeno.
Read that
What'd
last
you
one.
say? Jalapeno.
Jalapeno. A hint of the inside of new cowboy boots.
Ugh.
Oh,
Gross.
Go past that.
New.
These, like,
New.
Not
Is
used.
it, oh, new. Oh,
New.
I thought you said nude.
Nude, yes.
Yeah, and not used either. So that's
So
used. It's a great
while
nose.
being nude.
I like this. I
It's
like this a
really,
lot.
really good. It's a wonderful nose.
No, it's nude while in the cowboy boots.
I am going to give this a 7.4.
Interesting.
Well, I'm trying to think the ones we've given the 8 and 8.5. Elijah Craig barrel proofs. It's not that good. I'm thinking it's probably a 7 for me.
7.4. That's me. What you got? What you got, Sean?
It's above 7, and it's below 7.4. So I'm going to go in the middle. 7.2.
There you go.
Yeah.
Which is excellent.
Yeah, that's good.
I highly recommend it, guys. Highly, highly recommend it.
And it's local. How cool is
Grayson
that?
bourbon. It's a blended mix. This particular one,
Yeah.
119 something proof.
Damn.
So,
I
and we
know
were
it.
able to add the about 3 ounces into our infinity bottle because we finished
Nice.
off the bottle.
Nice.
I don't remember drinking this much of the bottle to put it in the fucking infinity bottle.
Well,
We must have had it
twice.
before.
Yeah. The third after the
This
third
was-
is when we
This was one of
infinity
the.
bottle it.
That's
right?
kind of fucked up if you think about it. Technically, because I mean, think about it. That's 3 rounds and the bottle's done.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's not. I mean, but we're not 2 ounces. It's not crazy.
bottle's like 38 ounces in there.
750 milliliters.
Yeah, so it's,
How many ounces?
I don't know. Somewhere.
Well, are we
in
saying we're
these-
doing more than 2?
I'm saying
There was a time we were doing 4 ounces a pour.
Holy shit!
If you remember those days.
Those are good old days.
Well, how many ounces are in? Okay, so hold on.
We do this like every
We
other.
do this. I thought we had a mathlete of the group here. What?
Yeah, I don't know the
Jeff, just tell
milliliter
us.
to ounce
Well, it's
calculation.
It's 25 ounces. So I think you're right. So if we're doing 2 ounces, 2.5 ounces, that's
That's 4.
7.5.
4 rounds.
That's
is
7.5.
24.
So times 2 is yeah, third one we're definitely done.
There you go.
Nope, I think that's fair.
When was the last time we pulled from the infinity bottle? It's been a while.
It's been a while. Maybe we try next time.
No, Randy came here and
Well, he tried it. I don't think we did that day.
no, I think we all did.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, we all sampled from the infinity bottle at the same time.
I say we do one for Thanksgiving because that's an event, or maybe Christmas. Okay.
No, power down.
Wow.
No. Yes. Let's pick up something special though. I don't want to say waste because that's not a waste. It's never a waste.
Never.
But I don't want to. We're right around 2/3 full. So I mean, every time we take a pull out of that, we're lifting 6 ounces, 7 ounces.
that's okay.
Well, if we do. We haven't done a big 2 ounce pour of these. We usually just sample size.
All right. Well,
Whenever we do
I'm
it.
just saying. If we're gonna do Thanksgiving, fine. But we're not doing Christmas. So
We need to get a thiever.
Or we could just drink more and put more in it.
We need to kill some more of those bottles.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I disagree. I think.
Oh my goodness.
What? Look, I think part of the dudes like us
Is having a collection that we
is
never
having
drink.
a collection. Period.
That we never drink.
Having a collection. Period. You know, it's up there that we can drink it, and we're not going to say we're not going to drink it because every week we
I get
drink
what you're
2 separate
saying.
bottles.
I get what you mean.
So I'm just saying, but it's nice to have the collection. If we're going to start pounding down bottles just to get rid of the bottle, that doesn't sit well with me. There are some
I get what
bottles
you
up
mean.
there
I do too.
we just want to have up there. We had it, we tasted it, it wasn't fantastic. There's no reason to go through it. Just have it there because it's there.
Forever.
Look, we have it.
I hear you.
If we
Well,
invite
I
a
would-
guest and they're like, "Hey, I know you guys don't. This came out in 2021. You may not have it. I don't know. We're gonna have it."
So we might have a guest that says,
Well, I'd buy
do you
this
have
again.
Old Williamsburg?
Oh,
I'd buy this again.
oh yeah.
Oh,
I think it was around the
absolutely.
$50
Grayson?
mark. Yeah,
Oh, for sure.
if I remember.
All right, what is Mr. Producer looking up
As a
there?
matter of fact, if we find it,
You're still on.
we need to buy it.
the Marvels. They have a new movie coming out.
I'm so sick of.
The
I'm sorry. I'm sick of all
expectation is
those.
this thing's gonna bomb.
Yeah, I'm not too excited about it. I think that's her best friend's daughter that got kind of sucked into the movie scheme. And
Really? Are you
What?
being serious?
that's what it looks
what
like.
what do you call that? What do you call that when you hire your son?
Nepotism.
Nepotism. Is that? Are you being serious?
No. So do you remember Marvel, whatever? Her best friend. She was. I believe that's her daughter.
Oh,
What?
like not in real life?
No, not in real life. In the fucking movie.
Oh, I thought you were talking about nepotism. Nepotism.
No.
No. I'll wait till it comes out on regular TV.
We'll
I'm
end up
just-
watching it, but I don't have high hopes on it. It looks like a fucking kiddie show. You know, it's like
I'm so done with
what
all
is
of it.
the one with the karate and the like transform? It's like the karate kids with the
What?
Pokemon faces kind of looking thing. It's not Pokemon. It's something.
Power Rangers?
Yes, thank you for the love of God.
Okay, I got you. Right.
I'm
Transform
so
into
glad.
Wolf.
I got you.
That was something else, but my point is that it's cheesy looking.
Right.
It's not like that one doesn't have like the Marvel movie. I thought that was cool when she came out with her powers and she was able to pull them out of
Talking
that.
about Captain America?
No, Marvel. So there's Captain America, and then there's Marvel, that chick. Okay,
That's Captain America, right?
she is not Captain
No,
America.
no, not Captain America. What-
She's Marvel. Marvel.
no
Black
there's-
Panther.
No,
Mr. Producer, help me out.
She's.
Well, I mean, whatever.
No,
this
you're right.
this
Yeah, I'm sorry.
this actually works for the storyline. Actually, kind of works. I mean, I don't care if it's a guy or a girl, but I thought it was cool that the powers that she had. I thought the storyline was cool. I thought it was cool how she got her powers. And
I've never seen it.
Oh well, I think it's a good one to watch.
You think she's hot?
I think she's very
I
sexy.
think she can be.
Yeah.
All
She's
women.
in car commercials.
All
She
God's
looks
women
kind of
are
cute in the car
beautiful.
commercials.
I don't know.
But I mean, I guess she wasn't really well received by the whole Marvel Comics fan base.
that?
Well, it's because she said she's not making this for a bunch of white men or something like that, or she
Oh my
had
God, I
one of
did
those
not
type
hear
of
that.
comments.
And
Yes.
so I remember she was doing an interview, and the reporter said, you know, are you going to do another one? She goes, if they even want me to. So, I mean,
saw that.
yeah, so she's like, I guess she's feeling the heat of not
Well,
really
she made some
being
comments in the first
accepted.
one that didn't sit very well.
Look, these actresses and actors, look, they're not hired because they're smart. All right, they're hired because they have the ability to act. They've got charisma, and let's
they're
just leave
hot.
it at that. And the thing about some of these putz dumbasses is that they get taken too serious. They get taken too literal. They are icons.
Well, they
The
think
people
they're
look up to
smart.
them. They think they are. They're just like, oh, look
They,
at me. I'm rich. I'm the authority on this
yeah.
and that. Dude, you're not the authority on shit. It's kind of like Ricky Gervais, you know, when he was talking in his Global Awards, whatever show he was, he was just like,
Yes.
Greta Thunberg.
yeah, he was just like, hey, look, you most of you guys don't have more education than Greta Thunberg. I thought that was like spot on.
Yep.
And they were kind of like, he's
Yeah, and he's like,
right.
He was so brutal. He was like, take your award and shut the fuck up.
and thank your agent and thank your God and piss off. And then he picks up his beer. It's my last one. I don't give a fuck. You know, and you got
I like him a lot. We need more of him.
well, yeah, absolutely. You know, I do like the storyline of Marvel Studios. It did get kind of convoluted with the end game and the
Well,
double
they actually
one.
call it, because it's the MCU, right? The Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're now calling it the MCU
All right, I'm out.
because
What?
it's a bunch of women. You don't remember during Avengers where they had the big ladies? That was the beginning of the MCU because the ladies took over. There was this big scene where they all come together, the Black Panther girls, Marvel, all the lady.
Guys, I
Pieces.
haven't watched. I haven't watched
Telling
any
you.
of those.
Then
movies.
you have Marvel
Kills
come.
it.
I haven't watched any of those movies. I have no desire to like Infinity Wars. Never seen it. Thor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Never seen it.
Some of them are good.
I haven't seen any of them. I don't give a shit about
Some
any
of them are good. Like I would watch the original Thor because the original Thor was actually pretty good.
The only ones I've seen are Ant-Man or whatever.
That one sucked.
No, the first
It
one
was
was good.
entertaining. It was kind of fun.
First one was good. Second one was okay. Third one apparently was awful, and I never
terrible.
saw it.
I saw that too. It was
It's terrible.
I mean, I'm done. I'm not gonna. I like Deadpool. That was funny.
That's coming out.
Deadpool 2, Deadpool 3.
3.
I think I've seen both
It's got
Deadpool 1 and 2.
It's got Wolverine in it.
oh, Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Because I like Ryan Reynolds.
He's very wealthy. He's very smart. Very wealthy man.
Who?
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, he's smart.
He's a billionaire.
Is he really?
Oh yeah, he invested his money very very well. He owns part of Mint Mobile,
Oh, that's right. I've seen his commercials.
who just sold to T-Mobile. Maybe
Oh, wow.
made a shit ton.
He's funny. He's really funny.
Yes.
Isn't he one of the ones? They were talking about Britney Spears' memoir, and she was talking about her days at Disney. Disney Club? Disney
Britney Spears was
Britney
talking
Mickey
about her
Mouse,
days.
Mickey Mouse Club?
Yeah.
And she was busting out the names of the other child actors or child dancers or entertainers.
Yeah. Well, there's a bunch.
Oh, my God.
There's a
I
bunch.
mean, it was like, I thought it was Ryan Gosling and Terry, what was her name? She was not Dawson's Creek, but the other one. Anyway rattling off all these.
Oh yeah.
Can you do me a favor? Can you look up the list of Mickey Mouse Club, Britney Spears, and it's like, of course, it's Justin Timberlake. It's insane.
Well, there's Christina Aguilar.
There you go. Christina
Ryan
Aguilera.
Gosling. There's
Kerry Russell.
J.C. Chaz. Nikki DeLoche.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who
Tony
JC is
Luca.
either.
Kerry Russell.
I was just like, wow. I mean, it's crazy.
Uh,
Ryan Gosling's one of them. There you
yeah.
go. That's what brought this whole thing up.
Jennifer McGill. Mark Wooden. Hey. Albert Fields.
What did Britney Spears look like in that show?
Nude.
Oh, damn it. That was out of bounds.
No, I'm in.
She's 9 years old. She's 9?
She was at 9?
Okay.
She was 10?
No, she was probably 20.
No, she was not.
I have no idea. I never watched
I used to
the show.
watch the show.
Look at Ryan Gosling. He's standing above Britney.
I used to watch.
Oh, my God.
That's not Britney.
That's Britney right there.
Yeah.
Is that Christina
So-
Aguilera beneath her?
Yes.
Man, I tell you what, they
that
had
Tony
so much
Danza?
fun growing up.
Where's-
Danza? No.
Where's Timberlake? Is Timberlake the one in the middle?
Yes.
Oh, my God. That is hysterical.
Well, it's a community, and you know what? They did a great job cultivating young talent, and they're stars now. I mean, they're deranged.
Britney Spears is,
Some of them
is
are.
mental.
Yeah, she
Yeah, a
kind
little
of
bit,
is,
a
and
little bit.
it's kind of sad.
Well, the other ones didn't really make it. Who are the other ones?
Christina Aguilera did. Ryan Gosling did. Carrie Russell did.
Oh, of course. But what
J.C. Chazes was in NSYNC.
about... Oh, okay.
Tony Luca.
Like in that picture. Who are the other people in that picture? There's a guy underneath.
That's the
underneath,
Tony
wow.
Danza guy. I don't know who that is.
It's Tara Diva, is the lady on the right. Bless you, Mr. Producer. Back
So
there.
some of those people didn't make it. I mean, as far as I know.
Well,
how-
click
how
on
would
the
I know,
show
right?
more right there. Dale Godboldo. Don't know him.
No, I don't know who any of those people
Jeff,
are.
did you just release gas?
Yes,
I smell old shoe.
You're
Yeah.
very sensitive.
Good God.
I'm sticking my nose in my bourbon.
Seriously?
It wasn't that bad.
It was
no,
that bad,
no,
and I can see the look
no.
on your face.
This is a crisis.
He got busted. You damn.
Not that bad. This is a full-blown crisis. This may
Oh,
be
my-
the first podcast that's ever abruptly ended.
I've got COVID.
It's not that bad.
My nose is in my bourbon, dude. I'm doing fine.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna switch
Oh
gears here and
my
put my nose.
God.
What do you mean you don't know what I'm talking about?
So bad.
Your farts smell like old man shoe.
Who
old
does
man
that?
shoe.
Who does that in podcast room?
With the closed door.
Sean.
No,
You fuckers. You both do that.
Oh,
I do not do that.
you are a liar.
I am not a liar. I do not fart in podcasts.
You have shit stains on the back of your chair.
That has nothing to do with podcasts.
Oh my God, Jeff, that was horrific. What did you eat for lunch? A
right.
fucking dead dog?
All right, let's move on.
I have
Supposed to be a
pastrami.
live one?
All right, speaking of
pastrami.
movies, we're talking about movies now. I watched a horrible movie called Downsizing.
Oh, I saw
Is
that.
that where they get small?
Yes. It's a stupidest movie. Matt Damon. I was like, wow, that's a pretty, great leading actor.
Well, is he?
Somewhat, kind of.
It's a little too odd and quirky for most people, so I can see why it's filled at the
It was
box
horrible.
office.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
It's always interesting to watch, though, and it had a lot of potential to be a great film.
It
It's
did.
just too uneven in the end.
You know who was good in it?
Hong Chow.
She actually was fantastic in it. She actually made the movie for me. She was funny as hell.
How do you say that name?
Hong Chow.
No, her character's name.
Oh, I don't know. What's
We
her
Too
character's
Low.
name?
I'll go back.
We Too Low.
How do you say her character's name?
Nok Lang Chang.
It's Nok Lantron.
That's what I just said. Nok Lang Chang.
Nigok Lantran.
Take the gum out of your mouth and say that again.
But you know who was also good? It was Christoph Waltz. You know who that is?
Yes, he's from
Inglorious Bastards.
Yeah.
And he got a freaking... Didn't he get an Oscar for
Oh,
that?
he was
Yeah, he was good.
Fantastic.
fantastic. I tell you what, there are two scenes that I love him the most, and that's when he went to the farmhouse and the farmer was there, and his children were
And
under
they're
the
hiding
house.
underneath.
They were hiding the Jews that were escaping, and he was drinking that fresh glass of milk, and he was like, "Oh yes, this is so." The
Unbelievable.
sensitivity, the awareness of what's going on, smoking the cigarette, and the
evil.
Oh,
God.
the know that they're gonna die, and just his
He was an ass.
just his
Total ass.
arrogance, and that one scene. Then the next scene was when that one spy female when he was taking off her shoe.
Yes.
Another great scene.
In the office. Yeah, they
Yes,
were in the
yes.
office.
When he was trying to find out if she was a real spy or what was it?
Yes.
Who was she?
Great movie, by the way.
Papers, please.
So violent. All of his movies are so violent.
Yeah, Inglorious Bastards.
That's a great movie.
Who's the director?
Quentin
he's-
Tarantino.
Yeah, Tarantino is something else, man.
He really is. Anyway,
Different-
so he's in that movie, and he was great in that movie, but the movie itself is horrible.
Oh yeah.
And then we watched another movie,
Oh.
absolutely horrible, called Up in the Air, with Clooney
Pass. All you had to say was Clooney.
and Anna Kendrick. So we just keep watching these movies, and
Well, stop.
I know we can stop watching movies.
Well, hold on.
No,
So,
just read. Go read about them.
George Clooney and Nicole Kidman played in a movie I liked. It was a spy movie.
And this one was so depressing. This Up in the Air.
No, I can't watch depressing movies. I'm not in that. I'm not in.
It wasn't supposed to be. I went on
The
Rotten
Peacemaker.
Tomatoes, and it was like,
No, I avoid Rotten Tomatoes.
okay, where do you go to IMDb?
To read the description, not the reviews.
It was 7.4.
Dude,
Which
you
is
just
pretty
gotta
damn high.
you just gotta watch the movie. Just it doesn't matter to me if I see the movie, I like the actors, actresses, and
Well, right.
just watch it. Just sometimes they suck.
know.
Sometimes
I
look
hear you.
on Netflix. There's not a whole lot. It's running. It's like the fantasy football roster to pick from. It's so thin to find a movie out there or a miniseries. Then they keep showing up every single week. There's
I
something
know.
new, but they suck. And you watch it and you power through it, and you're like,
Yeah, that
I watched the whole thing. I was engulfed, but it still sucked.
So many times
Yes.
I'm like, I wish I had that hour and 45 minutes back.
No, I
so
want
many
it.
times.
I want it because they are good stories. They're just kind of told and represented wrong, you know.
I know.
Right.
I do like the experience of even the bad ones. I don't ever want to walk away from something like that and say, I wish I had that time back. I mean,
I'm joking, of course,
Yeah.
but I
But
mean, there's
I-
always something redeeming about every movie you watch, even if it's
I
horrible.
wonder how many dudes like us listeners out there think about that about us. You know, God, I wish I had that time back.
Oh, no, they were like, I
Probably
wish they,
every episode.
no,
Oh.
I think they're like, I wish they were 4-hour podcasts.
Oh. Well,
Ooh.
Jody is listening to us on her long trips,
I know.
and Amanda's starting to listen to us, from what I understood. She may not be. I don't know.
Oh, she needs to.
She said to.
Are they
she
the only 2 female listeners we have?
was. No, there
Possibly.
are a few more. There's
Well,
yeah.
they fangirled on you at the post office. That one
That's
girl.
right.
Yeah, that was quite the event, man. I tell you.
Fangirled.
They fangirled him.
Well,
Nice.
that was her. She and her husband.
Your son? From,
She.
from
Well,
Dudes
it
Like
was
Us?
her husband
That's crazy.
that got frolicky. You know, he standing there trying to mail something, and I have a cutting board that you made,
Right.
and it said "Dudes Like Us." And I was like, well, what do you think of this? And he was like, you're Dudes Like Us? He was like, oh, my God. Hey, it's Dudes Like Us. It's like, oh, are you kidding me? What is going on
Oh,
over
he
there?
was calling out his wife. He was like, honey, come
Yeah,
here.
she was in line, and she was just like, oh, fuck it. I'm abandoning my position. I'm going to.
Well, no, you told me. He goes, oh, you guys listen? And he goes, she's listening in line right now.
That's exactly what he said.
And when you told me that, I like the hair on the back of my neck stood up. I was like, oh my God, we're famous. We're going to be famous someday. And then, yeah, that really
Yeah, it didn't really go anywhere.
yeah, that hasn't happened. But
Whatever.
apparently that couple is not really like have a lot of friends or something.
They need to pass the word. I want to get to something. You know, since we were talking about Netflix, there's a new documentary on there called Life on Earth or something like that,
Okay.
and it's done by Steven Spielberg, and it's narrated by
Life on Our Planet?
by Morgan Freeman.
Oh, okay.
I think so. It just came out. Life on Our Planet or something like it's on Netflix.
Is it a documentary?
Yeah, it's Life on Our Planet.
Life on Our Planet, and it's fast. I'm 3 episodes in,
Ah, okay.
and it's very, very well done. And
Okay.
it brings what it's doing for me. It's bringing into perspective how small we are in the life of this planet,
Oh, yeah.
because it moves back and
And
forth.
insignificant.
Pretty much, yes. And
We're the most significant thing that's happened on this planet.
but what I'm
I will say that.
but what it's making me do
I
is
disagree.
it's making me think.
We weren't here during the pyramid times.
No,
We-
I mean
we
we're
don't
talking
even know
about
how they were
humans.
built.
We're talking about humans. Humans built the pyramids.
Humans built the pyramids.
Oh my God! Here
I'm
we
not
go.
saying humans did or didn't. I'm just saying we still don't know how they built them.
I just saw a little meme that explained it all the way. I should have sent it to you.
Oh, get the front door out of
I
here.
did. It's like they had this. I almost said it.
They had a bulldozer.
No,
the
they
size
put
of
blocks.
Iraq.
They put blocks on logs and rolled it up the
That's
damn
no,
ramp.
that's not true.
I'll see if I can find it again. Anyway,
They procured rocks 1,000 miles away.
Yeah, and rolled them a long fucking
No,
way.
that
And
didn't
guess what?
happen.
100,000 slaves died building it.
yeah.
No, that didn't
Yeah.
happen. Well, the slaves did, but a dying. Anyways, go carry on.
So anyway, so this documentary, what it is,
Absurd.
it's making me think, because one of the things that he said a couple times is right now there's about 10 million different species on Earth,
Okay,
from plants, insects, humans, birds, fish,
nice.
about 10 million. And he goes, that represents 1% of all the life that's been on Earth. So that means 99% of the life that has been on Earth is now extinct.
Wow. Which means inevitably we're going to be.
Correct. And it's talking about evolution, and it's talking about the different extinction periods. So I think we've had either 3 or 5 extinctions,
Yes.
mass
That we know about.
extinctions.
I'm sure there's more.
And he's kind of working through them. And one was the Ice Age, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then it killed everything. He's like, it killed 75% of the life on Earth, right? And the time spans that he's going through, he's like, and then plants arrived. Well, it turned lichen was first, right?
Yes.
And it was there for 40 million years before anything else happened.
Almost like a fungus.
Yeah. So line was there for 40 million years. Nothing else was around. 40 million years.
I know.
And then the plants, a new compound created to create plants, right? And that was there for another 30 million years before anything else happened.
Right.
Well, it's interesting
Everything
'cause
happens so slowly.
they have the manuscript, that Voynich manuscript that they found that was reproduced, and they found, and all the language on there, and they have illustrations of plants, hundreds of them, that don't exist.
Right. Well, like I said, 99% of the life that's been on Earth is extinct.
Yes. It's no longer here.
Right. So it makes me think, again, how insignificant we are as far as the time we are on this Earth, and to impact the Earth that people say we are, because they go through that. They're not talking about global warming or anything like that in this. Not yet, anyway. They're talking about huge volcanoes and the water and all that stuff, and how toxic the
They're
atmosphere
talking about
was,
extinction level events.
and how long it took for this to congeal and to be able to support life, basically.
I mean, just when you look at the clock, the geologic clock,
Right.
like how long the Earth was formed and stuff, and like it goes on, like at 11:59, in 43 seconds after 11:59 is when humans arrived on the planet.
Right.
I mean, it's a tiny little
Right.
minute fraction
When-
of the
When you start thinking of it like that, they had another experiment or illustration or a sample set up where they're talking about the solar system.
right.
And it was set out somewhere in Nevada or something, where they show planet Earth, and then how far do you have to go to be Jupiter? How far do you have to be?
Yeah,
to be?
I
And they're
told
like
you,
set up as marbles.
I did that in my little astronomy class, and we couldn't even get remotely close to where we were supposed to be, even though the Earth was a tennis ball.
Right.
We walked all the way across the parking lot and into the field, and we couldn't get far enough.
Right. Right.
It's amazing. We are insignificant
And
Insignificant is not the right word, because we've made a massive impact. I mean, in other words, when the human race does go away,
watch this series, because I think it puts it into perspective, because there's different ages, right? So there is the age of the jellyfish. Jellyfish were the only thing around for 30 million years.
okay,
So, and then all of a sudden something happened. Then invertebrates happened, right, and started eating the jellyfish. Then you had these ruling or top of the food chain people or
Okay.
creatures, and then it was the insects, right? And then it was the amphibians. Then it was the mammals.
The rise of the dinosaurs.
No, actually, I'm sorry, not the amphibians. Then it went to the dinosaurs, the
Right.
reptiles. Then it went to the dinosaurs. Then it went to mammals because these extinction things happen, and everything advances. So I'm thinking, okay, in 20 million years, what's going to replace us?
All right, well before that.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take, right?
Right.
So like dinosaurs were around for millions of years,
Right.
right? And they
AI.
said they
AR
probably,
robots.
And we've been
And they
around
said-
for what, 10,000?
yeah, and if that extinction event never would have happened, the ice age, they probably still would have ruled,
Yes.
right? But the mammals got a chance to get a foothold
Because of an extinction
because of the
level event.
extinction level event, which created where we are today.
Correct.
Right? So in a million years, 2 million years, we may not be here, but what's going to replace us as the top of the...
Plankton.
It could be.
Well, it's interesting because all those jellyfish for 30 million years were shitting, and it's interesting to think about how their shit ultimately turned into limestone, and how limestone is covered all over the earth. And so, if you think about it,
And how long that takes.
yes,
Millions and millions of
yes,
years.
and then and you think, what is that stone made of? Well, that's basically jellyfish shit that's been sitting there for 50 million years.
Yeah.
And it's
And
just-
that's what the water runs through to make
Bourbon.
bourbon.
Limestone water.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Jellyfish shit.
Jellyfish-
Excrement
jellyfish
infused bourbon. You
shit
heard it here
water.
first.
But I recommend it. Like I said, I'm only on episode 3, but
What's the name of it again? This Life on Earth? Or this?
I don't know. It's
I'm definitely going to watch it.
Life on our planet.
life on our planet.
Okay.
And again, they're not getting into environmentalism or
Good.
anything like that.
Good.
It's about the start of the Earth to now. It comes into creationism versus.
Sure. Inevitably, you have to do that.
So
So they got one.
they don't get into that either, right? It's basically here is the evolution, and this is what we're going to go with.
Yeah, but they have to. I mean, that's
So there's a little fact. Someone had put up not a bad viewing. A lot of fact mixed with a lot of fiction. Many episodes started off down a road of explanation, and just when you think you may get an answer or explanation, it jumps back or forward into history
It does do that.
to dead end. An example in the series, last episode, 20,000 years ago, there are primates with similar DNA to humans. Then jumps to the present day where they're humans and conscious beings. Unlike any other animals that ever existed, mammals and reptiles have been around for hundreds of millions of years. It takes 20,000 years for humans to jump from primates to self-conscious beings. There are explanations, blah, blah, blah. So there are a lot of people that are taking this show serious and really taking the time to put in the reviews all over Google.
good.
All in all, these guys that shamed it a little bit still plugged in a 4-star out of 5,
Yeah.
because it's got a lot of good information.
And it's very well done as far as quality. They got dinosaurs in it. Of course, Spielberg's with the Jurassic Park, so it all looks really, really well done.
Nice.
Looks, real dinosaur, like the jellyfish looks real. The big squids they have, it looks
Cool.
real.
I'm excited.
Architectus
All right.
and-
I'm definitely going to watch that.
So it's well
Because
done.
I'm telling you, we're struggling with shit right now.
Well, watch
we're
that.
trying to find something to watch, and we just ugh.
And it's Morgan
Well,
Freeman. He's always good to listen
I
to.
always
Yes.
enjoy a good old-fashioned historical stuff. I'd like for us to jump in on some of the history. I wish they would come up with, like, for example, what's going on in the Gaza Strip. Why aren't there more videos that share history and explain why people are mad
And how we got to where we are.
Yeah, why? I mean, it's so
It's
cryptic.
complicated. It's
It-
so complicated.
It's not that complicated.
No,
when you
what I
pull
mean
the
is-
lens back a little bit and you look at the history, there's just there are people that are upset about
Yeah.
occupying it, but it's just like anything else. You know,
let me rephrase. It's not complicated, but there's always more to the story.
there's always
Like everybody thinks, oh, okay, Israel's occupying Palestine.
But
Right,
there's
right?
there's
But
it's not that
always more-
hard.
There's always more to the story.
It's not that hard to at least come up with some summarizations of perspectives.
Yeah.
From these different clans or from these different people that are upset about what's going on.
I think that all comes down to religion.
Yeah, it really does.
I think you're right.
Yep. And the unfortunate victims of victims mentality, where they're teaching their children things that may or may not be true, and their children are brainwashed, so they go through life hating people for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah,
and it's unfair. It's unfair, and I'm sad for all of them. Hamas had their son.
Hamas needs to be destroyed.
Totally, 100%.
And then someone else needs to come in there and rule Palestine, the Gaza Strip. It's going to have to be rebuilt, and I imagine Israel will end up paying for it in the end.
Yeah, of course. Where else is it going to come from?
Right.
Well, I mean, I guess it could come humanitarian.
Well, it'll become for humanitarian, and I'm sure Israel will pay a big chunk to rebuild that city. And
you mean we will?
Well, true, we will as well.
So there's a lot of stuff. I think I sent you guys a link. I don't know if it was a beefy YouTube video of a gentleman that kind of elaborated on a lot of history of the United States and Israel, and why we even have, because since the 40s, 50s, when Israel was put out there, they declared the property lines and said this is the path we're going to take. We've had a relationship with them. The United States has always kind of used Israel as a experiment place,
an incubator.
An incubator. They it's kind of like, you know what? We don't have the authority in the United States to test these weapons. So, Israel, we're going to give you money for you to test these weapons.
Because we're always in a state of war,
we're going to fund it. Well, we always need to test weapons. It's part of our existence.
Well, that's why we're loving the Ukrainian war, because we have all this sophisticated weaponry and we want to see how it does.
But a lot of these things were developed.
Not really. Ukraine is not doing that great.
No, we haven't heard shit about it.
We haven't heard anything about it.
It's a stalemate. Total stalemate.
I think that's doing well.
And yet we're pouring hundreds of millions of dollars.
People are dying. Oh, billions and billions. I'm so sick of it, man. I'm so sick of why you and I have to pay so many taxes to fund these other people. Mm-hmm. It's so frustrating. Take care of your own shit, man. I mean, if you need help, ask for help.
Well, he is. Nonstop.
Oh, my God.
He went to our freaking Congress and was like, give us more money.
Yeah, well, what did Trump say? He looked at him and was like, well, it'd be nice if you guys could take care of yourselves and work these problems out, you know? And
I'll solve this in one day.
Yeah, I would solve this in one day, but like, hey.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's a little crazy.
Who, Trump?
Yeah, he can't solve it in one day.
I think he can take a huge dent in one day. It's all about pulling our support out.
All right. No, I hear you.
You know, it's
you know,
I think there's
Zelensky,
a lot.
You need to concede some stuff. Putin.
There is a lot of stuff going on there that we don't know shit about.
Oh yeah,
it goes so much deeper than that.
I believe that we have a lot of secrets over there with the biolabs that we've had, that we acknowledge that we have out there, but we refuse to re-acknowledge that we have them out there. You know, and it's just that was one of the things that Putin said, is that we wanted to go and get those biolabs and secure them, and the United States went over there and sent a bunch of mercenaries on there to secure them, get all that shit out of there.
Right.
I mean, they basically aborted a bunch of stuff. Man, and Zelensky knows all this shit. And he holds it over the heads. It's in Clinton. It's over the Clintons' heads, too. I mean, Hillary was probably instrumental on that whole shit.
Probably.
I mean, she was instrumental on getting rid of 20% of our uranium. Or what was the...
yeah.
Was it uranium?
Uranium. Yep.
I mean, but it was okay because the Congress funded it. Or why the fuck did we sell 20% of our uranium to Russia? Why?
Right.
Ask yourself the question: why did we do that? Why did our congressmen and Senate pass that so that we could sell that?
Because Clinton made a bunch of money off of it, I'm sure.
That's exactly why.
Why did Biden completely deplete our strategic petroleum reserves? I mean,
sold it to China.
I mean, unbelievable.
Right.
And now we're about to head into, what could be the beginning of World War III, but
the depleted reserve.
Yeah, with no fucking oil, and it's going to be.
We've got oil.
Unbelievable.
We've got oil. We got a lot of oil.
We could drill here.
No, we get oil. We still have oil. I mean, we have tons of oil, but it's not the point. The point is that who's got the most toys at this point? I don't know, man. It's just frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating.
I want to say one quote that I thought was dead on about the Hamas-Israel thing. It was, if the Palestinians give up their guns, they get a free state, right? They get their own state. If Israelis give up their guns, it'll be the second Holocaust. See the difference?
Yeah, that's because
that is a dead on assessment.
Yeah, well, that's because
In other words,
Palestinians
if the
have
Palestinians give up their
consider
fight,
Israelis
yeah.
infidels,
I know. I'm just
and
it's ridiculous.
they are to just whack them, just kill them.
What I don't understand is the anti-Semitism that has just exploded
everywhere. What
everywhere,
the fuck?
just like
I
overnight.
think it's ignorance.
I
I think
have
it's just
never
like Black
understood
Lives
it.
Matter. I think it's just like all this stupid shit that just comes out of the woodwork that they're ignorant. They don't know what the fuck they're fighting for. It's kind of like somebody, hey, here's $10, or here's $100, here's $1,000.
Well, it's not just that, but it's the Hollywood Jewish folk, or like all my coworkers are for Palestine saying death to Israel,
dude.
and it's like what the hell's going on,
Dude,
you know?
this is very interesting dynamic because the left is eating itself.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you have Jewish liberals, Jewish Democrats.
And the Jewish are a big Democrat party.
Yes,
They're part of the Democrat party.
and they're like stunned that members of their party, their clan, their group, right, are totally pro Hamas.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
It'll be curious to see if that affects anything in future elections.
It has to. I mean, it has to create a
What is
divide
the name of
between
the
leftist voting bloc.
The DA that's running Trump through the ringer currently right now, the woman that's saying that he misrepresented his property.
worth, right?
Yeah, his worth, or specifically this one property.
The value of her properties, yes.
Yeah.
And she's trying to make it so that he can never do business in New York City again. And they're saying it's a foregone conclusion because the judge has already decided. And by the way, there's no jury on this deal.
Yeah. So how do they? If the judge, which is already slanted, he's already said he's slanted. He said he's unhinged, basically.
Right.
I know.
So I mean, if the judge is making this.
This is the biggest
autonomous
sham ever, man.
So I mean, how does he contest this? I mean,
You can't.
Yes. Well, hold on. He can't go to the next court. He can't.
You can't appeal it.
I don't know.
It's a civil case.
It's
I
a
don't know.
civil
I don't know
case.
the rules.
There may not be a I don't know. I don't know.
You'd ask a lawyer on that.
It's shady as fuck.
And they're saying he's probably going to be out about $250 million.
And did you hear her, Trump's lawyer?
Oh, she was going off.
Did you hear the very last words that she said? The last 10 seconds. The last 10 seconds. What is the name of the DA bitch? Teresa, Tarela, Talamina.
Something like
the
that.
one that campaigned on, I'm going to get Trump.
Yes.
Correct.
She is getting paychecks from George Soros.
Oh, lovely.
So
lovely.
That's what
Even Elon Musk came out and said
yeah.
that George Soros is unraveling civilization.
Society. Yep, he is. And he's calling out the DAs and everything.
He's funding these phantom people to get in office. So
Fucking unbelievable.
Because you
Some
don't have to
crazy
change the
shit,
laws.
man.
You just don't have to apply the laws. Basically is what it is. You don't go in there to change the laws. You just go in there and you just don't enforce them.
Right.
Which makes civil unrest.
Civil unrest.
That's what we're seeing in these big cities with these DAs.
It's really only Democrat-run cities, right? They're the ones implementing it first, and it's going to shit. And now they're all like, "Oh, we're going to refund the police because we don't like the crime."
Jimmy the Fish needs to go visit this judge and just say, "Hey, man, you know."
I don't know what needs to happen. I don't know, but I'm still kind of. What happens in this next election? I mean, Trump's going to run.
He's going to run. Is he going
to run from prison?
He's already got 5 of the 6 or 7 swing states.
I know
that he's starting to surpass Biden's popularity.
So how does this work? I'm trying to understand.
So he's in jail. He could still run for president. He could be president from jail.
That may be what happens. It's crazy.
It's retarded.
I don't know what would happen.
I mean, obviously not the civil lawsuit, but the one in Georgia.
Voting fraud, or
yeah, yeah.
I haven't heard much. I know that folks have come for a plea deal, but I haven't heard much beyond that at this point. Are there any new revelations down there?
Yeah,
Georgia judge shuts down the DA's efforts to try Trump on September 14th. You're not going to hear that though.
I don't know. I don't know what happens. It's going to be very interesting. Whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that want Trump in there.
Are you kidding me? He's what 40, 45, 50 points ahead, 55%, 55 points ahead of the nearest challenger.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the more they do this stuff with the courts and the
more it
indictments,
galvanizes him.
The higher his rating goes up.
And they don't understand it. They're like,
they
why
do
is
understand
this
it. They don't care. They're stuck in a pinch. We don't care. They've got the Dominion voting machines. We're good to go.
That's part of it.
And they had some sort of election. I don't recall what city it was in. I think it was in Pennsylvania. With the election that just occurred in the last week or two.
And they nullified it.
They saw some bitch. And they saw some motherfuckers in there stuffing the ballot box.
Like multiple times, over and over and over again at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Really? So what'd they do?
They nullified the election.
Really?
The judge stepped in and said, "Yeah, we got to do this over." I mean, it's like, what the fuck? Why didn't that happen during the federal election?
They only won, they won by a small margin, meaning the Democrats won by a small margin, even with all the ballot harvesting.
Really?
It's going to happen again. Nothing is going to stop it from happening again.
Yeah. Well, they need to have. They need to. Well, of course, as soon as the voting comes along, it's going to be a new pandemic, which is going to cause all these conditions. Where.
Right.
But you know what? Look,
the pandemic thing is a done deal. They can't. They can't.
They could put like serial numbers on dollar bills. They could do all this shit to track dollars. They could do all this stuff to track our social security cards numbers and what they can track. Voting ballots. Why not? Have it tied directly to our Social Security and just be done with it. I mean, seriously.
Right. There's probably ways to do this, but also if they have these voter drop-off boxes, limit them, guard them, put cameras on them, and have them monitor 24/7 for 2 months or however long it's open.
So many simple solutions to this.
You know,
fraud.
instead of having 1,000 drop-off boxes in the state, all right, now we only have 300, right? We reduce it by 70%. Guard those.
But then it's racist.
No, it's not.
They're going to say it's racist because you're not putting it
limiting
in,
their ability to vote.
Yeah, it's like they did in Georgia. They were just like, well, you know what, we got adding all these boxes or voting areas for people, for the black voters to be able to get there, and the black people are like, what?
Right.
Really?
Right. Identification.
What, you saying I don't have an ID?
Yeah, I have a driver's license.
Bitch, please.
You're saying I don't know how to get to the voting booth?
It's
ridiculous.
It's absurd.
So there's ways they could do this, but it's at each state. It's not a federal thing. States run the elections, so they all have their own election laws. That's why it's so hard. You can't.
Well,
say
I'm looking
thing.
forward to it no matter what. I want to see the fight.
It's a year away, right?
It's 1 year away
today.
1 year away.
So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good fight, and I think it's warranted. We've got a lot of ugly shit going on in this world, and if Trump, I mean, who else is going to run? I mean, besides Trump,
Well, you got Nikki Haley.
But that's not these aren't real people, though. You know, Chris Christie is not a real
not Chris
person.
Christie.
Oh my God, Christie needs to fucking go away.
Well, I think we have stronger candidates on our side outside of Biden.
They got nothing.
They have nothing. You have
They
Gavin
don't.
Newsom.
They don't. He's not an option.
He's not.
They have Michelle Obama.
Dude, she's not an option either. The Obama's already
that's what
run
Ted
the
Cruz
office.
is saying.
Ted?
He's warning us over and over and over again. They are going to drop Michelle Obama into the race as soon as Biden says, I'm out.
Well, Biden already fucking lied. He said he's going to be running for one term.
I'm telling you. And what happens? What do you guys think happens in that scenario?
Well, the Michelle Obama? No. I think it's going to fold even worse. Look, the people see what's going on. Okay, this isn't like a George Bush Sr. to George Bush Jr. kind of voting thing.
I'm
where
going to disagree,
you could
man.
just assume-
COVID happened. The January 6th thing happened.
Nope.
Nobody did anything.
Look,
Everybody just
If-
rolls over and goes to work.
she's going to get voted in, and that has nothing to do with the real vote. If she gets voted in, I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either.
I absolutely don't believe it. I think it's fake, and frankly, some guy nailed it. One of his little speeches, it's a meme on the social media where he's kind of like, when do we break out the guns?
Oh, God, I hope it doesn't get to that.
He's just like, it's like, look, we are our amendments that we are given the right to defend ourselves. We're given the right against the tyranny of our government. When do we do that?
Well,
when is the time
Yeah, but that
for you guys to stop stealing our elections?
that doesn't justify that. The use of guns is to protect your life, liberty, or your life.
They
and
are
your
stealing
property.
it. They are stealing it. They're stealing it from us every single day by overtaxing us because they're sending our money overseas where we didn't vote. We didn't vote for that money to go over there. Why are we spending the money over there? Why am I having to pay more in gas taxes because we're spending money over there? Why is it that AOC feels it's okay for us? Well, it's only going to spend this much. Bitch, please. This is my money. I get to choose where I want to pay my money. Come on.
I
It's bullshit. Why are we paying so much in why is Bill Gates buying up all this farmland? And there are so many weird shit that's going on.
So much.
And the thing about it that's a common denominator that's good is that Trump is fighting for us. Yes. Another common denominator that I think is good is Elon Musk.
Yeah, I think he's a good influence.
I think Elon Musk is a fantastic influence. People are like, "Oh, I can't believe he just killed Twitter." He didn't kill Twitter.
He changed it. He killed it in the Democrats' eyes.
He made it. Yes, that's true. He made it to what is it called? He course corrected it. And then all these new reports that are coming out. They're not new, but I mean, there's reports that are confirmed now that the U.S. government was totally involved in the social media.
Correct.
And the
Absolutely.
redirection of facts and the shutting down of the right influence. If I had a right influenced statement or comment, it was shut down, blocked. Nobody saw it. It's disgusting.
It happened.
Censorship.
It happened. 100%.
Totally happened.
100% happened.
And Biden wants to keep it going.
And it keeps happening, and nobody really does anything about it because they can't, because the Department of Justice is jaded, FBI jaded,
Well, I think,
CIA
Trump
jaded,
has said if he gets
deep
in
state,
there, he's
cleaning
dismantling
house.
this. Yeah.
Well, good luck to that. But I don't believe he'll win the election. I think they're going to steal it again.
Yeah.
There's a lot of frustrations dudes like us are experiencing all over the planet. I mean, I feel bad.
Are you guys coming to the next militia meeting? We're doing a bake sale.
Get some brownies.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
bring a brisket.
There's some weird shit going on, and there are people that are currently being they're hostages. They're just over a month and a couple days. Babies, grandmas, grandfathers,
Ridiculous.
mothers, brothers, sisters. Look, they're all there, and it's sad.
Pray for
and-
them. Pray
yeah,
for them.
They're under horrible conditions. You can only fathom all the dirty shit they're doing. Prayers out to all those guys. It's sad. I'm a little toasty, but great bourbon.
Yeah.
Great bourbon.
Great bourbon.
Two good ones.
So these are things that dudes like us think about. Dudes like us. Thank you, Mr. Producer Austin, for your rummaging through the facts on our life on our planet. Netflix.
Recommended.
Highly recommended. Dudes like us, I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
And I am Jeff.